Beautiful car.
And you've never seen this car before.
Never.
This car recently has been completely restored, and it's been in our archives, and we brought it out just to put on display here in the new Auto Museum.
Wow. And what's the story? How did it fit into?
It's a Mercedes 600, and Elvis, 1969 model. Elvis bought 3 Mercedes 600s back in the late 60s, early 70s, including a 6-door Pullman, which is like a Mercedes limousine, the one from Elvis on tour.
Yeah.
And he bought 2 Mercedes 600s that were 4-doors, like this one. One was used when he accepted the 10 Outstanding Men of the Nation Award here in Memphis.
Right.
That was the car he used to get around in,
Right,
was the
yeah.
Mercedes 600. This car was actually one of those 2 cars. It was used a lot in California. As you'll notice, it does have California plates on the front. Elvis did drive it himself, and didn't even know this fact, but there's only 2,700 600s made. So Elvis has 3 of the 2,700 cars made of this style.
Right. And how many are still around out of that 2,700? Probably not a lot.
Not a lot.
Over those years.
Not a lot at all.
So this is a car, so it's in California. How does it make its way to Memphis? I have a feeling that Elvis says,
Bring it to Memphis, guys.
To Richard Davis or somebody, hey, bring it to Memphis.
Bring it to Memphis.
And then they're on the road.
That's the best part about the collection, is as we're going through documents and stuff like that, you can see where the guys were on road trips driving these cars cross country.
Because you've got gas receipts, I bet.
We have gas receipts.
You can kind of put the whole daily planner together.
Where they traveled to, where they stopped for gas, where they spent the night to get cars to and from California to Memphis.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I have to say that really strikes me as we come into the main room here at Presley Motors, the cars are down where we can see them. They're not like back up on pedestals that are so high. And the other auto museum was a great auto museum, but the cars really become more real to us when they're down where we're used to seeing cars like this.
Yes, the one goal for us when we were doing the concept for this exhibition was to not just repeat what we'd had for the past 20 years.
Right.
It was to make it different, highlight the cars in a different way, make them speak for themselves.
Yeah.
And so bringing them down to floor level, as well as letting our guests get close and personal with them. I mean, you can actually walk around most of the cars now, so which we'll do in just a moment. You actually get 360s, which before you never did.
Yeah.
So it was really kind of our goal to give you that little bit more closer to Elvis's vehicles.
And you must have been walking by this one in the archives for years.
For years.
Wanting to get it out there.
Literally, this car set this far off the ground because it has a hydraulic system in it that was shot. So we couldn't even move it because the bottom of it would scrape the concrete.
Yeah. Oh.
And so it was, for years, it was just covered up, but it's like, yep, there's the Mercedes we have, and one day we'll get it fixed.
Wow.
And so it has a whole new hydraulic system put into it, completely restored, not a new paint job. They just buffed out the paint to make it, sparkling. As you can still see, there's still some chips and stuff.
Yeah.
All original to the car.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's great to be able to actually, when it came back from restoration, to actually see it for the first time as an actual automobile that Elvis, literally drove off the lot in.
Yeah.